Amelia's Untold Story, Redefining Strength Beyond Media Speculation. The woman the world thinks it knows. In the orbit of fame, some figures burn brightly while others are rendered almost invisible, not because they lack substance, but because they refuse to glow on command. Amelia Warner belongs to the latter group. To the public, she is often framed in relation to someone else, Jamie Dornan's wife. A supporting character, a quiet presence, a silhouette standing just outside the spotlight. This framing is not accidental. Celebrity culture depends on simplification. It assigns roles quickly and rarely revisits them. The partner who does not speak loudly, perform visibly, or assert narrative control becomes an empty canvas, onto which speculation is projected. But Amelia Warner is not an absence. She is a presence that has chosen not to announce itself. To understand her strength, one must first discard the idea that strength must be visible, reactive, or publicly validated. Amelia's story challenges that assumption at every turn. Before fame became a test. Long before media speculation defined the contours of her public image, Amelia Warner lived a life rooted in creativity rather than attention. She entered the entertainment world young, but never surrendered her sense of self to it. Acting, music, and storytelling were not pathways to recognition, they were modes of expression. This distinction matters. Many who grow up adjacent to fame learn early that visibility can be traded for security. Amelia learned something else. That identity must precede exposure, or it will be consumed by it. When she stepped back from acting, it was not retreat. It was discernment. She chose depth over breadth, process over performance. She did not disappear, she redirected. That early choice would later become the foundation of her resilience. 3. Meeting fame again, this time through love. When Amelia's life intersected more visibly with fame through her relationship with Jamie Dornan, the terms were different. This was not her ascent, it was her environment changing around her. Jamie's rise was sudden, intense, and global. With it came scrutiny not only of him, but of anyone close enough to be considered part of the story. Amelia did not ask for that scrutiny. She did not negotiate its terms. It arrived uninvited. And yet, she did not resist it publicly. Nor did she absorb it internally. Instead, she did something far more difficult. She refused to let it redefine her. The media's need for a narrative. Media speculation thrives on contrast. It looks for imbalance, tension, or contradiction. In Amelia, it found a puzzle it could not solve. A woman who did not respond to provocation, who did not clarify rumors, who did not compete for relevance. So it invented explanations. She was framed as passive, as withdrawn, as overshadowed, sometimes as fragile, sometimes as calculating. These projections shifted depending on the headline, but they shared one trait: none of them came from her. Silence, in media logic, is an invitation to interpretation. But Amelia's silence was not emptiness. It was fullness, of life, of priorities, of meaning that did not require translation for public consumption. Versus redefining strength without performance. Strength, as commonly portrayed, is loud. It confronts. It corrects. It asserts. Amelia Warner's strength is different. It resides in consistency, in restraint, in the capacity to remain intact while others attempt to define you. She did not counter speculation because doing so would have required her to accept its premise, that she owed the public access to her inner life. She did not. Instead, she exercised a quieter strength, the strength to let misunderstanding exist without internalizing it. This is not weakness. It is sovereignty. Partnership without competition. One of the most persistent myths surrounding women partnered with famous men is that they must either compete for visibility or be diminished by its absence. Amelia chose neither. Her relationship with Jamie Dornan is not structured around hierarchy or performance. It is not a negotiation between spotlight and shadow. It is a partnership grounded in mutual recognition. Amelia did not lose herself as Jamie's career expanded, nor did she attempt to anchor herself through it. She remained who she was, creative, private, internally motivated. This balance is rare not because it is impossible, but because it requires both partners to reject external validation as the measure of worth. V. Motherhood and the ethics of protection. If Amelia's strength is most visible anywhere, it is in how she approaches motherhood. In a culture that often treats children of public figures as extensions of their parents' narratives, Amelia has drawn clear, unwavering boundaries. Her children are not symbols. They are not accessories. They are not content. Protecting them from the machinery of fame requires daily vigilance, not dramatic gestures, but constant, quiet decisions. It requires resisting normalization of exposure. It requires saying no, repeatedly, without explanation. This is emotional labor of the highest order, and it is almost entirely invisible. 8. Creativity as a private language. While the public speculated, Amelia continued to create, not for attention, but for meaning. Her music, in particular, reflects an interior life that does not seek applause. It is introspective, atmospheric, and unconcerned with mass consumption. This creative life is not separate from her strength, it is an expression of it. In choosing to create without demanding recognition, Amelia asserts authorship over her inner world. She defines success not by reach, but by resonance. This is the opposite of celebrity logic, and that is precisely why it endures. X. Facing fame without becoming its mirror. Living alongside fame without absorbing its distortions is one of the most difficult challenges imaginable. Fame exaggerates. It simplifies. It demands alignment. Amelia resisted this not through opposition, but through non-participation. She did not mirror fame's urgency. She did not internalize its values. She did not allow its rhythms to dictate her emotional pace. In doing so, she preserved something rare: normalcy. Not the kind that denies complexity, but the kind that allows life to unfold without constant interpretation. X. Love that is not defined by attention. Amelia and Jamie's love story does not follow the arc audiences expect. There are no public declarations that escalate with each career milestone, no symbolic gestures timed for relevance, no need to reassure. Their love exists in continuity, not performance. Amelia's role in this is not passive, it is stabilizing. She provides a counterweight to spectacle, a reminder that meaning does not require amplification. In this way, she shapes the relationship as much by what she withholds as by what she offers. 11. The cost of being misunderstood. Choosing privacy comes at a cost. It means relinquishing narrative control. It means being misunderstood, mischaracterized, or erased. Amelia has paid this cost without complaint. But misunderstanding does not diminish truth. It merely obscures it. And truth, over time, has a way of resurfacing, not through correction, but through consistency. 12. Why her story matters. Amelia Warner's story matters because it challenges the cultural equation of strength with visibility. It reminds us that resilience is often quiet, that devotion does not require witnesses, and that identity can survive proximity to fame. Her life is not a reaction to speculation. It is an alternative to it. In centering her own values, she has rewritten the script assigned to her, without ever announcing that she was doing so. 13. Endurance as evidence. Years have passed. Speculation has come and gone. Narratives have shifted, and through it all, Amelia remains. Not unchanged, but unbroken. Her relationship endures. Her creative life continues. Her sense of self remains intact. This endurance is not accidental. It is the result of choices made daily, quietly, without applause. 14. Conclusion. The strength the camera cannot capture. Amelia Warner's true strength cannot be photographed, quoted, or summarized in a headline. It exists in restraint, in boundaries held, in values lived rather than declared. She has faced fame not by confronting it, but by refusing to let it define her. She has shaped an enduring love story not through performance, but through presence. Beyond media speculation, beyond constructed images, beyond the noise, Amelia's untold story is this. Strength does not always rise to meet attention. Sometimes it stands still, and remains whole. And in a world that rewards visibility above all else, that may be the strongest choice of all.